Racial justice is inseparable from the housing fight because so much of how we ended up here where we are today was through using these policies as a tool for segregation. It's that single unit, multi-unit distinction that was used to decide which neighborhoods had housing allowed and which neighborhoods didn't. And I think the most interesting example of this in Denver is actually the Cherry Creek neighborhood, which is very affluent, but most of the housing there is townhomes and condos. And the reason for that is because that neighborhood was redlined. So townhomes and condos were always allowed there, as opposed to, a neighborhood across Colorado Boulevard, Hilltop, which was single unit in the 1930s, and it's still single unit today. It's exactly the same. The land use has not changed at all. So I think that's one of the most direct ways. It's obviously the easiest to see in communities that have been around for over 100 years that had that redlining map drawn up. But it is something that's affected our communities more recently. For instance, in the 1970s, there was an effort, the Poundstone Amendment, that led to kind of smaller communities being not annexed by Denver. So Greenwood Village, Centennial, places like that. And one reason was resistance to Denver's urban renewal policies, but another was that they wanted to get out of the integrated school system. There was actually bombings of school bus depots in Denver in the 1970s because there was the integration conversation was so heated then. So it is important, I think, to remember these policies, our housing structures and our policies aren't a point in time. They're a thread that keeps going, and there's been an impact, in our communities from these policies. You can see it in terms of displacement. There's some great articles, that really show how this impacts everything from reading attainment to tree cover to fireworks complaints, and even, COVID vaccination rates. So we do know that it has a huge impact today, and it is important to take into account to fix those issues.